podcast in which one man strives to level up his geekhood and helping you do the same, one battle at a time. Now, let's get geeky with Gamer Leaf.
The world of Kitten Casualty is based around the destruction of the world. The Dark Overlord has vanquished the human race, leaving only grey kittens left on planet Earth. Mind you, there are still a few humans left. These humans are fighting for survival. They still envy power, and they're still trying to kill one another. So that's sort of where the crazy cat lady comes into play. She's been living on Earth for quite some time now. The year is 2053, and she's becoming rather obsessed with kittens. So from time to time, she does steal some of her friendly foes. How did the world end up like it is? Because of the Dark Overlord. A lot of politics, religion, and all that jazz just stirred it up. It got to a point where the world could no longer deal, and the Dark Overlord came to power. So, yeah. So that's the main theme of the card game. That's what it was based on. What would it be like if you're a cat? Well, the kittens sort of live in a community. Obviously, they're the only ones left, including one or two humans, which you would be playing in the game. The main purpose of the game would be collecting a certain amount of kittens to sacrifice to get the power of the Dark Overlord, who is kind of the ruler over the Earth at this stage, to kill off the last surviving humans. So yeah, that's all takes place with the sacrificing of the kittens, pretty much.
Well, that's the story of Kitten Casualty, the card game, and today we have on Getting Geeky with Gamer Leaf, we have the pleasure of having Grayson Bolin, is that how you say it?
Yep, that's correct.
He's one of the creators and masterminds behind us, him and his brother Harvey, and today we get to interview Grayson and talk about the game and whatnot. So tell me, Grayson, how did you get into tabletop gaming, or have you always been in it?
Yeah, growing up as a kid, we always used to have card games in the family, board games and that, such as just your standard Monopoly, Risk. We're a big fan of Cards Against Humanity and Monopoly Deal also. You could say it's been around.
You guys were big fans of Cards Against Humanity?
Yeah. Monopoly Deal, that sort of thing. Just the family sort of / party games genre.
Cool beans. And when did you discover that there was more to that than just the standard family party games like Monopoly and whatnot?
Like, when did we decide we were going to produce a card game?
Yeah, that, or have you played anything besides like Monopoly and the standard original, like the classics, I guess they would call them?
Yeah. Unfortunately, no. We haven't reached out to the other types of the board games out there, and I know there are a few, so that might have to be something to look into.
Yeah, a little bit. Now, but when did you, like you were saying, when did you decide to go ahead and create a card game then?
Yep. So it all originally took off. The idea of Kitten Casualty last year would have been around about May last year, when I started getting into app development, making little games and stuff like that. The idea of kittens sacrificing themselves to the Dark Overlord sort of became apparent, and then I started developing that, and then the idea, other things sort of just came up, so that kind of just got buried for a little while, and in the last 2-3 months, we were kind of just playing some card games, and then realized, hey, maybe we should give it a nudge and see what happens, maybe make our own card game. And then we had all this material that I had previously made with this app, I thought, hey, I could probably use it to make our own. So.
Well, so you made an app first. So is there an app of this game that you made first, or?
Unfortunately, no. I did end up designing all the material for it, but it never got to the publishing phase.
Well, there you go. So will that be one of the stretch goals, maybe? Of this?
Yeah. That is one of the goals for us. Yeah. So eventually, sometime in the near future, we'll be looking back at developing an app for it. Yeah.
Well, so are you a big, I guess, enemy of cats, or what inspired the whole kitten sacrifice? Or is that a religion you believe in already, or?
No. No. Well, I personally love drawing. I love design, and it just this one day I drew up this little pixel cat, and you can check it out on Kickstarter. There's a little image if you scroll down, you can check it out. And I just drew him one day, and I thought it was really cute. And then, it'd be, kind of sad but funny if he died, if he got sacrificed. So that's kind of how the idea sort of came around. And I have nothing against cats or kittens. I think they're really cute.
Oh boy, so you don't sacrifice them in your spare time then?
No.
Well, that's probably good to hear, especially all those cat fans out there. So do you make games full time then? I didn't know you said the application, or what funds your hobby?
Oh, it's all personal funds, really. Yeah.
Cool.
This is just hobby work. Maybe, hopefully, in the future, can become something else, something a bit bigger. But in the meantime, just hobby.
There you go. So, do you have a favorite card game, or why did you pick a card game instead of a board game or something?
Yeah, well, to be honest, we never really looked into board games that much when deciding to make it a card game. Just growing up, that was sort of the preferred almost. It's just we had more card games than board games.
Cool. Was there a favorite card game when you were growing up?
I can't really, not really, no. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's more like card games for us now have had more of an impact, kind of thing. Like with the new games such as Cards Against Humanity and like Joking Hazard. That was a good game that recently came out, and Monopoly Deal. They're all great games that you can play with your mates and just have a good time.
Cool. So besides Kitten Casualty at the current time, what is your favorite card game?
Even stuff like 52 pack of cards. Just stuff like that even,
Or are you a fan of 52 card pickup or whatnot? Or have you ever played that?
Not 52 pickup, no, but just games around there.
Cool. Do they have Uno over there? Where is over there first off?
Yeah, we have Uno. Uno was a good one. Go Fish, your classic Go Fish.
Oh yeah, it's been years since I played Go Fish. But before I got into the whole tabletop gaming and whatnot, what I'm doing now with my wife, but I really got into Uno. I tried to collect them all with the different special rules. Have you played any Uno besides the classic Uno?
No, just the classic Uno. Yeah.
Yeah, they got a bunch of them. I don't remember all of them, but we started collecting them, and where they each have a different special rule and whatnot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's cool. It's glad that they're expanding on it.
Yeah, it's been a while since I played it, but definitely they are. So let's see here. So you're not a kitten sacrificer, but you made a game called Kitten Casualty. Now I've never played the game, but it reminds me a lot of, from what I've heard people talking about, Exploding Kitten. Did that have anything to do with this game or whatnot?
No, it wasn't related at all. But I think one of the things that motivated me and my brother was probably their success. Knowing that a card game, almost like so simple as Exploding Kittens, can have such an impact on the the industry, So, that really did inspire us to decide to, make a leap and give it a go.
Cool. And you talk of drawing and whatnot. Are you the sole artist for this game?
Yeah, I'm the sole artist.
So do you have a favorite cat or a favorite card that you designed?
Personally, I like the banana cat.
A banana cat. What can you tell us about it?
Well, he's a cat, obviously. Or kitten, sorry, should I say? And he just constantly wears a banana suit.
Interesting. Well, does he have a special power or anything? Or
unfortunately not. Maybe we could look into that, and we're planning on an expansion, so maybe we could add in some sort of super kittens in the future.
Well, there you go. So let's say we were sitting down at the table. How does the gameplay go? Like, what would you do during your turn?
During your turn, so the way it works is when it's your turn, you pick up a card from the middle pile. So, and then place down 3 in front of you. So the main goal is to obtain 500 kitten points. To sacrifice, to use the Dark Overlord card to kill a player in your group, essentially.
Okay, so you pick a card up and then play 3. So interesting. So how would that go? Like, say you pick, so you already have some cards in your hand then, I guess?
Yep. So when the game starts, everyone's dealt 5 cards, and then you just take turns, obviously picking up 3 and playing down up to picking up 1, playing down up to 3.
Let's see. Why should somebody take a chance on this game as opposed to all the other games they have out there, especially those on Kickstarter?
Well, for one, what I've noticed is there's a lot of intense games out there, obviously, a lot of complicated ones. What we've focused on is just the simplicity of it. You can get a 10-year-old that picks up and knows how to play it just like that. Really doesn't take long to explain. It's family friendly and party friendly as well. So if you've got some mates and stuff, you can teach them in a matter of minutes. So that's definitely one of the things, and also just the comedic side of it. Just the fact that kittens, they're all dressed up in different outfits, and you got to sacrifice them to some dark overlord, to kill your mates. So yeah.
Cool. There you go. So during the play testing, was there ever any part of the game that you guys just had to scrap because it wouldn't work?
So we tested a lot with numbers, trying to get the perfect number of cats in the game, as well as action cards. We really wanted to focus on working out that balance, the perfect balance for the game. Currently, we feel like, because it's 2 to 5 players, we kind of feel that maybe it's kind of like a 50-50 at the moment, where if you're only playing against another player, so 2 people, there can sometimes be too many cats in the deck. So we're thinking about just having a mention in the rules and the instructions that maybe just leaving out, say, 5 kitten cards might actually be easier gameplay to do when playing with 2 people.
Okay, so if we back this game, what all do we get?
Well, we will send you the game. Our deadline is for Christmas, so definitely something to consider when just getting in your Christmas presents early, hopefully. But yeah, shipping will start November, and it'll go right out through December, and hopefully be all done before Christmas.
Well, there you go. If you want to sacrifice cats for Christmas time, we got a perfect game for you, from what it sounds like. So let's see here. And you did all the art and whatnot. What is your most what part of the game are you most proud of, Grayson?
Just honestly, it would probably just have to be the way the cats came out. I think they're the real MVP of the game, and just the model. The models look great, and yeah, just people seem to love them. So yeah, we're just going to keep focusing on different poses, different imagery that we can bring in maybe a later expansion. So
Well, when I hear cats have 9 lives, if that's what we're told growing up, is there a way once your cat sacrificed that it can come back to life or not?
well, yes, we do have a graveyard card in the deck that pretty much allows you to take back a card from the middle pile that has already been discarded or played. So essentially, yeah, you can bring back a cat from the dead.
And what is it? You said you can play 2 to 5 players. Is there like a sweet spot of how many players? I know you said you have to get rid of a couple cards if you do the 2 players possibly, but what's a sweet spot, do you think?
Honestly, I think the sweet spot would probably be about 4 or 5, maybe leaning on 4. Just the more players you have, the longer the game's going to be. The longest game that we've probably tested probably went on for about an hour 10. So yeah, it can be quite lengthy, but some games can only take up to 10 minutes. It's all about how you play the game, really.
Cool beans. So I suffer from analysis paralysis, or so I'm told. So will this game, is there a lot of choices? Will people hate me more but if I play this game, as I'll take forever to choose what cats to sacrifice or whatnot?
No, not necessarily. No, you're only playing down 3 cards, so it's not like you're gonna ruin everyone's time.
That's good.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I think you'll be fine. Yeah.
Well, there you go. So another portion we have on the show, and it sounds like you're perfect for it, is called Adventures in Application Acquisition, where we go ahead and talk about an application. You said you created several applications. Is that correct?
Yeah. Well, yeah, you could say that. Yeah.
Are any of them available here in the U.S. or where we could?
Not current. I wouldn't say so. No.
Oh boy. Well, what about an application besides one you made? Is there an application that you use currently? It can be a game or anything really.
Oh yes. I'm a bit of a Rick and Morty fan, and I've just discovered this application, Pocket Mortys.
Cool. What can you tell us about it?
Well, it's kind of like it's a mix between Pokemon and Rick and Morty. You're pretty much a Rick that's running around a little universe collecting different types of Mortys. And then you battle like trainers and stuff and get badges. So that's pretty
And is that
nifty.
available on phones and tablets, both iOS,
Yeah. Yeah,
Android?
so you can get it on your phone, you can get it on your tablet. It's online as well, so you can verse people online, verse their team of different Mortys and stuff. So yeah, it's definitely worth checking out. I definitely recommend it.
Is it free or does it cost?
Yep. So the game's free. Yep, free to play.
Cool beans. And so if you own the rights to the application or something you were creating, what would be something that you would do to make it better, to improve it?
If I own the game,
Yes, sir. That
well, there's currently 2 options. There's single player and multiplayer. The single player option you've got your gyms, your badges, stuff like that. But when you switch over to multiplayer, you're kind of like in a different world where you're only versing online players and versing their teams as such. So the game's sort of split into 2. So what I'd be working on is probably just integrating the campaign into the multiplayer side of it. So yeah, that's probably where I'd go from that.
Well, do they have a pass and play option? I know you said you can play it yourself or play it against somebody online, but can you pass and play? Like, could you and your brother play it or whatnot?
Yeah, it's kind of not really pass and play style. So it's more like Pokemon, really, where you just kind of going around, sort of just collecting. It's more single player, but the multiplayer side of it, I mean, if you did have a friend or brother or someone who was interested and had their own tablet or phone, they could definitely pick it up, and you two could battle it out with each other.
Cool beans. And so, back to your Kickstarter, the Kitten Casualty, the card game. When is that running through? When can people have a chance to buy it?
So the end date would be the 9th of September.
The 9th of September.
Yeah,
So
roughly 22 days away.
22 days. So I'm not sure when this will release, but so you have until then to back this, and then you'll be able to get it for Christmas.
Exactly.
Yes, the 8th of September, Mountain Standard Time, 4 p.m. here in the States. And final chance. Why should somebody go ahead and take a chance on this game, Grayson?
Well, me and my brother want to build some ground for our company. We really just want to give the people a seriously good product that they can remember. Back us and we'll give you a good game. It's all about chance and taking a chance. And if you think it looks good, and if you think you like what we've done, then yeah, definitely check it out and give it a go.
Cool. There you go. You heard it here first on Getting Geeky with Game Relief. So you talked about making a business. So you're planning on making more games afterwards?
Yeah. Eventually, yeah. That's the end goal. Yeah, for us.
That's the end goal. Cool bean. So minus coming over to your hometown, and stalking you, how would somebody go about finding you guys online if they're interested?
Finding us online. Well, we've just released our own the Kitten Casualty, www.kittencasualty.com. So we've just released that website. It'll surely have all of our information up about where we are, where we're located, how to get in contact and stuff like that. So definitely go check that out when you have the time.
There you go. And then, yeah, remember to go pull over to the side of the road if you're driving and go ahead and back Kitten Casualty, the card game on Kickstarter, so you don't cause an accident or you might join those kittens that got sacrificed to the Dark Overlord.
Exactly.
And once again, we'd like to thank you for coming on the show, Grayson. We appreciate it.
Cheers, eh?
Thanks.
Thank you.
Hey, it looks like y'all are stuck with me for Kickstarter Corner. Sorry about that. We did have Barbarian Leaf and Princess Leaf record with me, but unfortunately the audio was lost, so I apologize for that. It's horrible when you have to deal with technology, and technology isn't always the friendliest. Well, I regress. Anyways, wanted to tell you about a couple things going on. As we just heard in that episode, we have Kitten Casualties. That'll be on Kickstarter for about a week or a little bit less when you hear this episode. And it has funded. It just funded as we sat down to record, in fact. So it is good to go. So you won't have to worry about getting that card game. Interesting that people don't know about tabletop board gaming. That's part of why we have this podcast. So hopefully we can expand that and let people know. Just like the great gentleman we just spoke with. And another one we'd like to talk about today on Kickstarter Corner is Ancient Arifacts. About that, I know more about Indiana Jones, even though it's been eons since I've seen it. But pretty much what you're doing in this game, it's a pen and paper dice game for 1 to 4 players, where you battle human jungles, deep oceans, burning deserts, tomb raiders, and even other elements, trying to go ahead and get the artifacts, the ancient artifacts, and the glory. They're doing pretty good. They're about 40% funded. They still have 30 days left on their campaign. So isn't that wonderful?
Orge Cheerleaders is a light-hearted card game where players are trying to recruit the best squad of ogre cheerleaders. The way that works is each turn you play an ogre onto the field and resolve the card effects. The cards rearrange or manipulate what's on the field in some way, with the goal of arranging them into different formations that you can score, such as multiple cards next to each other that have the same value or are from the same team. It's a fun and silly game for ages 8 and up, so it's easy enough for anyone to learn how to play. Games are quick and last around 10 minutes or less, and it's a single deck of cards, so it's easy to bring it with you and play a few games at the restaurant while you're waiting for your food, or if you just don't have long enough to play longer games. We call it a 2-ish player game, which means that it was made to be played by 2 players, but you can add an extra player or 2 to the game and it still works just fine. The game will just involve more luck the more players you add. The artwork really helps bring the game to life and will have you laughing each time you play an ogre cheerleader to the field. Check out the Kickstarter page, which will be live until September 14th.
And then we also have Lewt Ninja. Don't forget about Lewt Ninjas. That's still on Kickstarter going strong. Hopefully they'll be able to come up with a pick-me-up there at Dragon Con. If you're at Dragon Con, check it out. And we also have some other people there at Dragon Con. It sounds like Larry Correia, the person who wrote Monster Hunters Incorporated is there, as well as Dave Butler or DJ Butler. He wrote some great books as well. The Kidnap Plot. My favorite ones, though, would definitely have to be Rock Band Fights Evil, or RBFE, Rock Band Fights Evil. If you see him, ask him about those, because those are some great books. I tell you what. Well, anyways, going back to Lewt Ninja, we wanted to bring some special attention to Logan Chops, who has a YouTube channel. Right now, at the recording of this video, he had 92 subscribers. Hopefully he'll get more after he gets here. Go ahead and look on the YouTubes and look up Logan. Like, I don't know if you live in Utah or in West Virginia, I know they both have Logan cities. And then Chops, like if you're from the 70s and you got some big old chops or you got pork chops, something like that. So Logan Chops on the YouTubes, and go ahead. He's got a how to play video of Lewt Ninja, as well as Dragonfire gameplay, which is a D&D card game. So that's kind of cool. Check out his YouTube video. And last but not least, we wanted to give thanks to our Patreons. We still got the 5 same ones. Hopefully some other people will come on over here. If you don't like the rewards, go ahead and shoot us an email. If you do like them, send us an email as well. We'd like to know what we can do better. It's at Getting Geeky. Well, no, that's the name of our podcast. Hey, well, we can be reached at GameRelief at GameReliefGo.com. Or you can find us on all the social medias. Just look up Getting Geeky with Game Relief. And then, so our Patreons, again, are Axel Mersagiel, Ethan Ireland, Jennifer Longworth, Ronald Gagnon, and EverythingBoardGames.com. So sorry the kids weren't able to be here. I know they get a kick out of everything Dane over EverythingBoardGames.com, that an actual website is going ahead and backing us on Patreon. They always thought that was cool. Also, we gave Lewt Ninja review and gameplay by Logan Chops a thumbs up while they were doing the recording. So now it has 2. Hopefully we can make that more. What would you like to hear on Getting Geeky with Game Relief? Once again, we'll be doing the 3 episodes a week, where we do Monday, which is a role-playing game. Still trying to hammer out down the name of that. You can go ahead and give us some input over at our Facebook page, Game Relief's Group of Gamers, or something along those lines. And so that's what we'll be doing there. That will mainly be Too Many Bones, where we go ahead and rummage through that as a family. And then we also have Wednesdays, which are Wishlist Wednesdays, which you'll find out about great Kickstarter games. And then Family Fridays. It's been kind of hectic here at the Game Relief household, so that's why you get another Kickstarter video. And I just wanted to say thank you. And as Barbarian Leaf would say, download for free. And Princess and Queen Leaf would say, never sleep. So I guess you'll be downloading a lot of apps and not getting any sleep. I know I feel that way every day. We'll catch you on the flip side.
Gamer Leaf levels up. Tune in next week to see if Gamer Leaf's luck holds up.